Hi, thank you for being here, staying here, participating in this afternoon of art and activities. Thank you, everyone. I'm going to introduce myself again. If you have taken this word, then you already know. I am Zoe Chanel. My role here is curator of the show that we're celebrating today, Extraordinary Elsewhere, and I also just curate other shows here. So we are about to witness a performance by Rituparna Rana, who is one of the artists featured in Extraordinary Elsewhere. If you haven't had a chance to see the show, the museum is going to be open until 5 today, and it's just upstairs on the second floor. It's also open until February 2nd, and there's plenty of opportunities to hear from the artists, some tours, and so please just come back and share the word about the show. So I also want to thank again our sponsors. This exhibition, these programs are sponsored by, are made possible by the voters of Minnesota through a grant from the Southern Minnesota Arts Council, thanks to the legislative appropriation from the Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund. So thanks to CMAC for supporting this project. Rituparna Rana, she is originally from India, is a multidisciplinary artist, classical Indian dancer, and oral historian whose work weaves movement, memory, and migration into embodied storytelling. Trained in Odissi for over 25 years, and additionally practicing Bharatanatyam, Sufi, Kashur, and indigenous Eastern Indian folk forms like Jhumar and Santal dance. Rituparna's practice is deeply rooted in ritual, community, and inherent memory. Her artistic inquiry centers on the personal and collective legacies of dislocation, tracing stories of partition, borderlands, and post-memory across generations. She's a PhD scholar trained in Europe, and now she's based in Minnesota, so we're just lucky that she ended up here. She uses her body as an archive to interpret histories that are often omitted from dominant narratives. Her recent work integrates dance with oral storytelling, amplifying narratives of migration, memory, and belonging. She has performed at renowned venues such as the Sri Ram Center for Performing Arts and Kamani Auditorium in Delhi, Current, the Space in Amsterdam, and Ivy Arts Building in Minneapolis. By blending classical dance with contemporary narratives, she aims to foster empathy and solidarity, demonstrating art's ability to inspire change, preserve heritage, and bridge divides in a fragmented world. Her storytelling extends beyond performance into curation, filmmaking, and participatory art making. In fact, if you've seen her piece in the show, it has all of these components. She has led collaborative projects with immigrants and bike community, and often works with oral history, soundscapes, and projection design to build immersive performance experiences. Her work honors ancestral knowledge while carving out liberatory spaces for new cultural futures. Through dance and dialogue, she offers audiences invitation to witness, remember, and reimagine. And I am just gonna let Rituparna talk about this performance and how it expands on her work.
Thanks, Zoe. I'm gonna try without the mic. Am I audible? Yeah, thanks. Thank you all for being here. Just introducing the show and how it came about, how it happened. I'll start by, so the entire performance, all the songs are taken by one of the very famous poets we have in India, the only Nobel laureate in literature, Rabindranath Tagore. I'm the only poet in the world who has written the national anthem for two different countries, India and Bangladesh. So all the songs are from his collection, and the name of this performance is like an extension of the piece that I created for the exhibition, which is Rooted in Motion, and this performance is Bhromi, Rooted in Motion. Bhromi is a Bangla word. My mother tongue is Bangla. It's a Bangla word which means traveler, nomad, always in a journey, forever in motion. And this, I took this word, I got the inspiration to take this word from, I'm going to share a couple of lines in Bangla and then translate it from the same poet. Mohabishye Mahakashe Mahakaler Mache, Ami Manobo Ekaki, Bhromi Bishyoy Mahabishyoy. So Mohabishye Mahakashe Mahakaler Mache means in the middle of the huge universe, the massive space and the massive unknown, I am the lone traveler, the lone wanderer, absorbing, accumulating, and assimilating with everything with wonder. So it's a wonder with wonder in their eyes. He was a man, so he said he, but yeah. So that is where I got my inspiration from, understanding, and that's pretty much been my life too. I have moved around since I moved out of India. I've never been in one place more than 3 years. And my academic studies also sort of tackles the question of what is home, because I could never really resolve this question of what is home for me. So I thought, why not ask? I have interviewed for more than like 150, 200, around 200 people with the same question from different perspectives, trying to find an answer what does home mean to other people. And the only answer that I could come through, at least for this show and this performance, was my only home is dance, because that has been the only constant thing in my life. Space, no. Places, no. People, no. But dance has been the medium through which I connect, make community. People accept me, people understand me, and people get to know me. So that's my home. And so for today, through my performance, I'm creating a home here for myself and for them. Thank you. Before I start, generally I do this off stage. Indian classical dancers generally do it off stage, which is the namaskar, which is the sort of the starting point of us invocating our gods, and that is the stage, the audience, and the audience. So, but because this is my home and I'm going to perform as if I'm performing in my home, I'll share. Iti nasi nakita tinata, iti nasi nakita tinata, iti nasi nakita tinata, iti nasi nakita tinata.
Sangachatvam Sampadatvam. Let us move together, let us grow together. This ancient Vedic hymn reminds us that home isn't always where we are born. It's where we choose to belong. Sangachatvam evokes the essence of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the world as one family. It's about embracing unfamiliar thoughts, cultures, and people, and forming bonds through shared movement, mutual respect, and tolerance. It is in our willingness to walk together that we build lasting homes.
Janata
not bound by time or space. It is the soul's eternal expression. In the next performance, we are reminded that dance is freedom. It transcends joy and sorrow, captivity and release. Its rhythm mirrors the pulse of the universe, grounding us even as we move. For me, dance is a sanctuary I carry within, a home that's never left me, no matter how far I travel. This song speaks of recognition and reunion. In it, I find a metaphor for falling in love again, this time with a newer self. One who has crossed rivers, oceans, and borders, absorbed songs and silences of foreign lands, and still carries within her the girl she once was. Love becomes the home, a place within where old meets new and belonging is rediscovered.
আমি তোমাদের শুনতেছি প্রাণ
from childhood to now. It has followed me, held me, spoken to me. In times of loneliness, of cultural dissonance, of diasporic ache, it has reminded me that home can be a tree, a sky, a season. Through this song, I return to the natural world, a borderless, generous, embracing home beyond human-made borders, boundaries, and nations. This song is a call for courage. It is a celebration of vulnerability and hospitality. In opening our hearts and homes, we dispel ignorance and fear. This final piece urges us to welcome the unfamiliar and co-create a shared home from our differences, a home made of empathy, curiosity, and light.
The last note with which I ended the song is, let's be open enough, let's open our hearts, our doors, our minds, our perspectives to welcoming people, so that we feel welcome when we go to other places too. It's a two-way process, it's not a one-way process. You just can't belong without others making you feel belong. So let's just sort of, I won't say pledge, but at least hope to open ourselves enough and, without blinders, to see what beautiful and wonderful and creative ways other people live and other perspectives bring into our home, to make our own home more diverse and more wonderful and more vibrant. So thank you so much for sharing a part of my home with me today, and welcoming me open-heartedly. Thank you, Zoe, for putting this all together. Something that we would use. Pataka is for river, if you want to say somebody's coming, somebody's going. Ashirvad, which is blessing. A lot of Indian gods and goddesses have this mudra, so that's also Pataka. This is Suchi, which I used a lot for oneness. So there are different mudras. Mudras are handshakes, or hand gestures. And there are ways how we use them to different circles. I'm certainly making some.
That's up in the gallery. Is you here? The view by the footprint.
Yes, that's my footprint. So one of even my costume is saying it's going to depend on the but anyway. One of the things we use to beautify our hands and feet so that it's more visible, I didn't do it for today, but is use a red organic. You can call it paint, but it's actually the juice of the leaf, and it's called alta. A lot of brides use it, a lot of married women use it for particular occasions, and we use it as dancers. We make a big circle in the middle, both front and back, same for feet, and then we cover the half of our fingers. So that's something that's very innate to my cultural roots. That's very innate to me being a Bengali. We use that a lot, and also me being a dancer. So what I did was, because I said that dancing was the only way I could trace my footsteps, so I literally traced my footsteps through the same thing that we use whenever we dance. So that's how that basically. Yeah, that's all.
How many hours a day do you practice? And do you practice less or more than you used to?
I used to practice way more back home because I had my troupe and I had my instructor, and if you don't do it, we didn't grow up with gender parenting, so you had to, there was no other way to do it. Back home, I used to practice, it was like 4 or 5 days a week, and at least 4 hours. Sundays would start at 9 in the morning and finish at 2. We would have a lunch break. If there was a show coming up, different rehearsal times. But these were like basic, everyday, practicing your basic steps, your basic grammar, your basic understanding of dancing, choreography. Here, I would certainly say moving out of India, I miss the energy that my group used to bring together. It's a different kind of a vibe practicing with other people. I stopped practicing for a year or so, then COVID hit, and then I realized I sort of don't make sense of myself if I'm not dancing, so I got back into it. Now, slowly have started, I'm very new to the US, it's just been 2.5 years, but there are wonderful people, there are some people here sitting who are part of like the Indian dance community, and I started making friends, making communities, and getting back into the mode that I came from. But it takes time to sort of, dancing is such a physical thing, you need to establish that kind of rapport and connect with the people you're dancing around. It's a different kind of a vibe. So it takes time and understanding and getting to know each other, but I'm very happy to say that I'm getting there, and there are wonderful people
there a particular dance style, a dance company, or something that you ever admired or influenced you?
Back in
TV or live?
Back in India, I had my troupe. I still am a part of it. If I ever go back and the show is happening, I will happily join in and then happily take you back. It's called Ikyantaram. It's a group of people, dancers, so the group came out to be by people who were professionally trained classical dancers, but with responsibilities from families. Some got married, some had kids, some had other family issues or other responsibilities, could not practice the regular way. But we brought this group together where people are looking forward to dance anyway, irrespective of what's going on in their life, but cannot sort of come into a regular rehearsal hours, but we make do with whatever, whoever is, whenever available. And that's how this group came out to exist, and I'm still part of it. I was one of the founder members of the group. And I'm looking for spaces here too, where, you know, being an immigrant, being so new to a space comes with a lot of different responsibilities. Could be financial, could be familial, could be, you know, cultural. So sometimes it's really hard to commit to certain, you know, regular routines or hours. But there are people here who are managing a lot of different things and, you know, coming up and dancing. And it's nice to see that people still are so passionate about what they believe in and what they feel is a part of them. So I am getting associated with those groups and those individuals and trying to, you know, work out a schedule that works for all of us. Just lets us dance together, basically. Well, thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes, please enjoy refreshments and take a last look at the gallery. We're open until 5 today, special timing. And come back for the tours with the other artists and for the other exhibition programming. Thank you so much for being here today.